Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Booking the Wrestler. It has not been an easy time for me. Currently, this Booking the Wrestler is on The Miz. Now, I had a problem trying to figure out how to book The Miz, because right now The Miz is still doing the artisan superstar, in other words, actor Miz. And to be honest, it is such a bad concept right now that he is basically an afterthought. And I'm really sad about that, because The Miz has always been such a great character. So just saying, well, go back to 2011, 2012 Miz and just book him like that. And that's easy. But you know what? I considered this very thoroughly, and the best thing that can be done for Michael Mizbin is to go back to being Michael Mizbin. The very beginnings of The Miz. So this Booking the Wrestler is on The Miz from the very beginnings when he first came in through Tough Enough. So what I'm going to do is this. In 2015, I always usually start 2015 because we are only in January. So this is how it's going to go. For The Miz, somewhere around October, he goes away. He just goes. And he returns February 2016, dressed as you see in the thumbnail on this video. The old school 2009, 2010 Miz that was with John Morrison. Now, the reason I'm picking to take him 100% reboot back is that at that moment in time, for at least for me, now I didn't see a lot of The Miz back then. I was watching SmackDown and I did see The Miz to a certain extent. The problem was that The Miz at that time was still very minimal. He was still a show-off, he was still brash, and he was doing a lot of talking. A little before that, he was more of a reporter than he was a wrestler. At least at the times that I watched him throughout the years. And by that time, he just started to change his character to be more of a Slick Rick type of guy. That he felt that he could do anything. That he was different than everyone. And let's be honest, Michael Mizbin has always been different from everybody. No one thought a guy from Tough Enough, who originally appeared on Real World back in the 90s, when he was like a teenager. Well, not in the 90s, like the early 2000s, 1999, 2001, 2002, somewhere around then. I don't remember when he did Real World, but he did it. The only thing he thought of on Real World, and I did catch a little bit of the show, he wanted to be a wrestler. That's what his dream was. And when he went on Tough Enough, he realized that dream, and they allowed him to join from Tough Enough on to WWE/WWF. But no one ever took him seriously. So this is how I would figure it out. Well, how I figure it. The Miz comes back around January of this year. Yeah, it's only about 3 months. I usually book someone for 5, but this time it's 3. And he decides to go back before the music that he currently uses now. Just a little bit before then. I don't remember what the music was at the time, his theme song. But essentially he would go back and reboot himself. 100% back to that attitude. That way he used to be. Not the artisan Miz. Not the star Miz, who really has become highly stale. You would think the Miz would not be stale, and he is very stale. He would stop doing Miz TV 100%. He would not be dressed as he was before. He wouldn't be dressed as a homeless guy in the street, wearing a damn hood and wearing very short pants in the most stupidest shoes you can see. And I'm not chewing on anyone who has that type of style. There are people out there who can make it work easy. But when it comes to Michael Mizbin and this character, it might have worked a little bit in the very beginnings, but now it is very bad for him. So he will be dressed as he is in this thumbnail, wearing the hat, wearing the shorts, and having some, not all, but some of that original attitude that began to build into 2011 and 12. This is The Miz, and he will come out like that. And people like Michael Cole said, "Are you kidding me? I have to bring in Michael Cole, even though he's been botching beyond recognition." And I think I might do a Booking the Commentator eventually, because I'm getting tired of Michael Cole. I don't think I will do it, but I'm going to book someone to take commentary eventually. It'll probably be a wrestler. But the point is that Michael Cole, who had been on the bandwagon of The Miz at one point, sees The Miz like Are you kidding me? He's rebooted himself back to the way he was back in 2009 and 2008 and 10. Well, 9 to 10. What is this? This is garbage. But The Miz would basically do a promo in the ring. This is a rare time that there won't be a match that I'm going to book. This is him coming to the ring and being how Michael Misbin was when he was around 2010 to 2011. Somewhere around that point where he's just about to turn to the really good heelish Miz that we know and we love. But I need to reboot him back to where he began. And he basically says, I'm Michael Misbin! And he would have the mohawk that he sported back then. Yeah, I know the mohawk doesn't really work for Sheamus. Sheamus, I thought, looked like a Celtic warrior. But it became crap because he was booked so crappy. But Michael Misbin wore the mohawk for many years, and even though he looked stupid, he made it work. So I would reboot him cutting that shit off and getting the freaking mohawk back, and he says, my name is Michael Misbin. I am different. I am who I once was. I have become so far from this, I've gone back to who I really am, and that's Michael Misbin. So you're going to know how great Michael Ow. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I still have the kidney stone at this time. This is being done still in January. My side is hurting now. But I am awesome. And this is how he would end it. And this is the first of The Miz. The true Michael Misbin. I'm not sure about the name. I'm still working on Old School Miz or Michael Go Back Miz to Michael Misbin. I think I might do that. I don't know yet. But you'll see as I go on with this. Have a good day and have a good night. And watch for number 2 and number 3 of Michael Misbin, The Miz, his reboot. Have a good day and have a good night. Peace!